Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So we are starting the year with a review. It's actually been a while since I've done a review for you guys. I don't remember the last time I recorded one. But anywho, so in today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new YSL All Hours Foundation. Now, it was my favorite foundation back in the day. I don't remember why I stopped using it. I think I just got hooked on the Luminous Silk by Giorgio Armani and just trying out the other foundations. I kind of forgot about it. And then I was like, you know what? I remember I love that foundation, so I wanted to try it again. And it turns out that they reformulated it. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's see how good the reformulation is, because it could either be really good or really bad. So we are going to try that out today. But before we get started, of course, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Ring that bell so you're notified when I do upload a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love YSL, love the OG All Hours Foundation, or just YSL in general. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram handle right there. And let's get started with the video. So this is what the bottle looks like. Not much has really changed compared to the OG bottle, really. It's kind of the same component, very rectangular frosted glass. So what's different about this, other than maybe a slight tweak in the packaging, is that they reformulated. Why they did? No idea. But with this one, it's supposed to be a luminous matte finish compared to the matte one. So some things that are pretty much the same is that it's supposed to be long lasting and it's supposed to be a matte finish, but this is a luminous matte finish. It still contains SPF, and this one is now an SPF of 39. So the up to the SPF, and the key feature that's significantly different than their previous one is that this is infused with skincare and hyaluronic acid. So I've noticed a lot of foundations have a lot of skincare ingredients that are incorporated with the formula. So it's nice that we have like our regular skincare routine, and the fact that our makeup now has skincare ingredients as well. So you know, it's an extra bonus. And it comes with the typical, you know, high-end price of $76. I don't remember how much the old one was, but I'm pretty sure it was still up there in price as well. So $76 Canadian, of course, and this is for a 1 fluid ounce. At least you get your standard fluid ounce, but for $76, it's like, well, it is YSL, but it's so much for a foundation. But they did change the formula, so that may have contributed to the price. But again, like I said, I don't remember what the previous price was. So the fact that this comes in 40 different shades, I feel like they could improve the description a little bit. Just saying. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you have 40 shades, great. However, the description of it, not so much. It kind of gave me a little bit of flashback of the Hourglass one. Not that bad as like compared to their descriptions, but I wish that there was a little bit more. So how YSL categorize this foundation and their shades are L for light, M for medium, and D for dark. So that is the first digit, character, whatever. And then the second one is either if you're neutral, warm, or cool. And then the last digit, it depends on the intensity of it. In theory, yes, that is pretty simple to follow, but the description next to that would just be like light cool 3 or medium warm 4, something like that. So for someone that is trying to find their shade, I feel like it's a little bit more difficult because there's no actual description next to it. So if you're new to makeup or trying to find your shade, you might have a difficult time trying to figure out your shade. I'll pop in an image somewhere around here showing your shade match of what you wore before with the original All Hours versus the new ones now. So again, I wish the shade description was a little bit better. Like if I wanted to see like, here is like medium, light medium olive, or light medium with golden, with a bit of golden in there, or something like something a little bit more descriptive than just light cool 3, dark warm 4, or something like that. Like that's not very descriptive in my opinion, so I think they could improve on that. Again, it's impressive that they have 40 shades, but the description needs a little bit of work. So luckily I was able to find my shade, and just so you guys know, I feel like this does oxidize compared to the old one. So the shade I have here is MW2. So the equivalent of this one was BD40. So when I had that shade in the original one, if I remember correctly, that didn't really oxidize. And when I looked at the bottle versus when I applied it, the foundation was a lot lighter than what appeared on the bottle. So with this one, there is a bit of oxidation there, which you guys will see soon. But there is some oxidation. And the consistency of it isn't as thick thick as I thought it would be. The old one, I felt it wasn't as runny compared to this. This one is a little bit more liquidy than gel-like texture because it ran a little bit, not that fast, but there was a little bit of running in there. But when I applied it, it felt very lightweight, and also it was actually a good shade match, surprisingly enough, because I thought it would be slightly a little bit too dark on me, but it actually was a pretty good shade match. Like, that is a pretty good match. Like, you guys can't even tell. Pretty good match. Oh, and another thing I wanted to point out is that it does still have that same scent, just like the original All Hours. So if you aren't a fan of the scent from that one, you might not like the scent from here. I personally love it. I really, really like the smell. It's very fresh. It does dissipate after you apply it, but again, if you're very sensitive to smell, then this foundation wouldn't be it for you. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna wipe this off. But because this is a lightweight foundation, it is very breathable, and I have it on right now, obviously, because I'm be doing a check-in and wear test for you guys, because today is actually New Year's Eve, so I'm going to be wearing this for a long time. I'm going to actually be wearing this for the full 12 hours, obviously. So right now, I'm wearing it, and you can see there is some luminosity to it. It's not completely matte. It feels very comfortable, very, very lightweight. So the old formula, I really love that because it actually lasted all day and never settled into my smile lines. I really, really loved that foundation. So I'm hoping that this would be the same thing. Because it's a little bit more liquidy than the previous one, maybe it won't last that long, I don't know, but they claim that it's supposed to be 24 hours long lasting, so we shall see. The big thing is for me to see if it actually settles into my smile line. So if it does, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, anyway, so right now it is 5:20, so I'm gonna go about my day and then check in and all that good stuff, and then, you know, I have a New Year's party later, so I'll take you guys with me there, and hopefully this will last, because I will be so sad if it doesn't, because the All Hours foundation was, again, my absolute favorite, the old one. So anyways, I will see you guys in a little bit. So okay, you guys, so right now it is 9:24 right there. So I've had this on for about 8 hours now, and it's still looking quite good, but let's take a closer look and I will zoom you guys in. You guys are right up in my business. So again, this is supposed to be a luminous matte finish, and I could definitely see the luminosity, but still feeling and looking matte-ish. Forehead looking pretty darn good. I did add a little bit of like highlight around here on the tops of my cheekbones, so that could be where the extra luminosity is, but around the pores, for the most part, it's actually not that bad for a 8-hour wear. And you know what? This is not settling to the smile line at all. It's looking pretty darn good. If I didn't add the highlight around here, I think it would look a little bit better, because I think I look a little too extra glowy. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't look oily. It's a healthy glow, so I don't mind it, but maybe I should like just left it alone a little bit, or maybe just have a lighter touch to it, because I didn't expect it to look like this. But again, for an 8-hour wear, the forehead still looks pretty darn good. It's not oily. The pores are looking beautiful. Nothing's down to the smile lines, like I said, and even just like around the sides of my nose right there, still looks good. Like nothing's breaking, nothing's settling. I've been outside and everything looks pretty darn good. Like I'm even looking like around like the sides of my mouth, everything looks great. Nothing's dry around here, because usually around the winter time there is a few dry patches every now and then, but everything looks good, hydrated. My makeup today looks tremendously good. So for a 8-hour wear, pretty good. I actually really like it so far. So since it is only 9:30 right now, we're gonna wait until midnight. So we're gonna see how another 2.5 hours would be, probably just a little after that. But I'm quite impressed so far. Everything's looking quite good. So nothing too overly like shiny. Everything looks nice and glowy. Loving it so far. So I will see you guys in the next couple of hours. Alright, you guys, so right now the time is 12, what is it? It's basically almost 12:30. It's like 10 to 12:30. And I didn't end up going out. We decided just to stay home for this New Year's. So yeah, I've been home and I was hanging out with the kids this whole entire time. We just felt like we kind of wanted to relax this year a little bit, and yeah, so it's nothing special this year. But of course, I am gonna give you guys my final check-in because it has been a 12-hour wear for this foundation, and it's looking really good for a 12-hour day. So just like last time, I'm gonna scoot you guys in a little bit closer just so we know what's going on here, the situation, and yeah. Welcome back to being this close to my face. I feel like I'm slightly a little bit more glowy than the previous check-in. Not by much, but I do kind of see it a little bit. The forehead looking a little shiny right there, and around the cheek area a little bit more glowy. But like I said from the previous check-in, I did put a little highlight there so you can see the glow, and then a little bit around the pore area. For a 12-hour wear, everything still looks pretty bomb. It still feels like weight, it feels very breathable, it's still hydrating, and nothing's changed at all since the last check-in other than maybe a little bit more glowy. So taking a closer look at the forehead area, everything still looks smooth. My nose still looks pretty smooth out as well. Around the pore area, it still looks pretty good. There's nothing breaking apart. On the other side is the same thing, and nothing has settled to my smile line, which is really impressive. The old formula did not settle into my fine lines either, so this is still holding up really well. For me, this is a good amount of glow by the end of the day. When I first applied it, it was definitely matte. There was a little bit of luminosity, but it was predominantly matte. But at the end of the day, as you guys can see, it's quite luminous. But for a 12-hour day, it's actually really nice, and it's holding up really well. How it's wearing now at the end of a 12-hour day, it's like a 4-hour wear or even a 5-hour wear. It looks pretty darn good. Even the 8-hour wear, it was still holding up really well. It looked beautiful, and it works really well with my two top primers. If you guys don't know what they are, I list it in mainly most of my videos. I'll list it in this video, but it works really well with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Primer and the Catrice for my pores. Like, it looks amazing. Look at this. It looks great, right? It looks pretty good. So anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely love this foundation. Price aside, it is, you know, pretty up there. It is YSL and it's luxury makeup, so it's kind of expected. But again, for $76, pretty steep price. But it performs so good for a 12-hour day. I think the formula in this is a lot better than the old one. I do still like the old one, but now since I actually tried this out, I actually like this a lot better because it feels more hydrated in comparison to the old one. The old one was really mattifying. It definitely held all day, but it was really matte. Compared to this, it is a luminous matte, very breathable, hydrating, so forth. I really do like this formula a lot. So basically, the new YSL reformulated All Hours foundation is approved. Unless you guys don't like the fragrance on this, then you guys might not like this, but overall, in terms of performance and what it claims, it does what it says. It performs really well. It again says what it claims to do. It's very hydrating, very breathable, lightweight. It definitely does all of that. So if you guys are interested in the new All Hours foundations, or if you guys love the original one, I do highly recommend trying out the new one because I think you will really like this. So anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and hopefully 2023 is a good year, and it's crunch time for me because this is the year I'm gonna be getting married, so crunch time for me. So anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!